Welcome back. This time we're talking about John Wick Chapter 2, the follow-up to the surprise 2014 action film John Wick, which starred Keanu Reeves in the title role as a man who gets pulled back into a world filled with assassins and mobsters as he seeks revenge on the man who stole his car and killed his dog. Now, in my mind, John Wick is probably the second best action film to come out in the last at least 5 or 6 years, behind only Mad Max Fury Road. Both for its well-filmed and choreographed action scenes, most of which featured Keanu Reeves doing his own stunts, as well as its attempts in world building, setting up this underground society of assassins, complete with their own moral codes, rules, and even a hotel. For the sequel, both director Chad Stahelski and writer Derek Kolstad are back, as well as Keanu Reeves and co-stars Ian McShane and Lance Reddick. Whenever a film I thoroughly enjoyed, like John Wick, gets a sequel, I'm equal parts excited and apprehensive, because honestly, so many sequels just fail. As for John Wick Chapter 2, however, this is one of those rare sequels that gives us everything that we loved about the first movie, while also not feeling like a retread. There's new dark corners of this underground world to explore, and new interesting characters to meet. From a story side, I'm not going to say this film is perfect by any stretch, but as a sequel to a very well-made action movie, John Wick Chapter 2 gives us exactly what we want, and lots of it. The story picks up shortly after the end of the first film, with John exacting revenge and hoping to be able to go back to a quiet life, although he does have a few loose ends to tie up in the very beginning of this movie. Unfortunately for him, his foray back into this world draws the attention of a man named Santino, played by Riccardo Scamarcio, who has a marker John once gave him, allowing him to ask one thing of John that he cannot refuse to do. And any hope he had of regaining his retirement status goes out the window. We do get to see an expanded view of this assassin's underworld, especially when it comes to the Continental, which has international branches, as well as provides a lot of extra services, such as tailoring, weapons, and logistics. It also sets up a second organization that Santino is trying to get in with, that plays a large role in the story, but we really never get a huge amount of information about exactly who and what they are and what kind of threat they pose, other than people saying you don't want to mess with them. And as far as the story for this film goes, that's probably the biggest knock against it, because we never really get a good grasp of their scope. Now, the other potential complaint is, and I don't want to get into spoilers, but this film definitely sets up a third movie, which can be and often is quite annoying. Although in the case of John Wick, I'm not too terribly upset, because after 2 films, watching this character and interacting with this world, I want more. So I'm going to give it a pass on that for now. So basically, if you enjoyed John Wick, you're going to enjoy John Wick Chapter 2. The action scenes are once again phenomenal. They're long takes. We get to see a lot of the gunplay with John Wick and the other characters. Now, if you didn't like John Wick, or you haven't seen it, well, in the first case, there's probably nothing in this film that's going to change your mind. In the second case, and if you like good action movies, you need to go see John Wick and then go see this one, because they're both excellent action movies. If you have seen John Wick Chapter 2, what did you think about it? As always, you can subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other reviews, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.